Good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be talking about HR management. A couple things I want to cover today is what is HR management? What are the pros and cons of any diverse work environment? How do you keep a workplace balance? And lastly, we'll analyze labor management and labor relations. What is HR management? HR management is a formal system created to manage a group of people within an organization. They are responsible for three major areas: staffing, employee compensation, and benefits. Finally, defining and designing work positions or titles within the company. Now, the HRM's goal is to maximize productivity. We want to get the HR wants to get the most out of every employee within the business and make sure that they succeed and there's enough resources in place for them. Now, the HR department plays a major role in the organization. They are the glue that keeps both management as well as employees happy in the business. All right, now let's talk about the mission of the HR management team. Now, they have to go out and acquire, develop, and retain talent. They're kind of like field marshals. What they have to do is that they have to go out, find the talent. Then once find the talent, they have to interview the talent collectively, then make the tough decision as far as which talent fits into the mold of the business. Then, through making those decisions, they have to transition that talent and becoming an employee through trainings and education, seminars. Then, once the employee is hired, they have to go ahead and ensure that that employee is confident within the business and they can remain on board and still believe in the ultimate goal for the business and that is its success. Now, the HR management team has to ensure that the workforce and the workplace align with the business. What that means is that as they're going through the staffing process, they have to make sure that the environment within the office aligns and stays on course as far as the direction the company is trying to head, or the direction the company is heading into. Okay, now the HR management team or HR management has to be a great contributor. They have to provide good enough input as far as keeping up with the staff and also keeping up as far as trainings, etc., to maintain a balanced environment. Now, through great contribution, they will be a great deal or a great indicator as far as thrusting the business into continuously growing. Because based off the decision that the HR management team, the HR management system, it would allow the company to always get quality, quality employees and team members within the business. For a company to gain success or put themselves in the best position as far as gaining success is looking into or having a diverse workplace. Now, here I have listed some pros and cons that I will be going over with. Now, let's start with the pros. Now, having a diverse environment, it brings in a variety of skill sets, experiences, and viewpoints. We're talking about people from all over the world, different age groups, different facets of life, coming together in one building to open the door for new ideas and innovations. Okay, now companies like Google and Apple that have a very diverse environment, they attract a wide range of people from all over the world, any corner. And these are some things that companies or HR management team wants to kind of look into, being able to open the door and give every person an equal opportunity upon meeting the qualifications. Because this will allow the company to break language barriers and cultures. This will expose them to, maybe third world countries or, different islands, based off, bringing in a candidate in that may be from those places. Now, that being said, with a diverse environment, there are some cons. Now, first things first is acceptance and respect. Um, for example, if you have employees from different, classes such as higher class, middle class, and lower class, there may be some viewpoints or some things that they may bring to the table that they may not be able to understand, which will cause them to clash and not respect or value one person's opinion. Um, this leads to ethical and cultural differences. Um, say Caucasian, African American, Indian, Arabian, Chinese, Japanese. It goes on, and also the beliefs um, of different having that in a diverse environment, such as Christianity, um, Muslim, Jews. Those are kind of things that can cause kind of some friction within the workplace. Another thing is gender equality. Still to this day, women are battling to attain managerial and supervised positions, even boardroom positions. And you'll be lucky to see maybe one or two women being on the board of trustees in each company. Now, finally, a con is language miscommunication. Now, it's not saying that two you speak two different languages will be hard for them to understand. Yes, that's one point. But even if we speak the same language, such as for example English, there are some times based off different deliveries of words that's being used that can cause you to misinterpret things that you're trying to tell me or things you're trying to explain. Hence, why it's important for you to have a balanced work environment. Um, Now, here are some keys that I've listed as far as a company attaining that balanced environment. First off, is having a having an effective performance and evaluation between employees and supervisors. What that means is that having a constant communication with the management and their employees as far as weekly um, evaluation, as far as assessing efforts throughout the week. It's good to know as far as an employee, as far as how well are you doing or what things that you need to work on, because it will drive you to kind of both push yourself and also make you feel that also makes you feel more valuable amongst the team. Now, the next thing is constant trainings and professional development, team building. A lot of companies or larger companies they do a lot of company-based activities such as maybe kickball or bowling or something outside of work that kind of brings together everybody as far as uniting with one another outside of the work, outside of the cubicle or the meeting rooms, etc. Um, the next thing is providing incentive. The number one thing both management and as an employee is HR needs to being able to give out rewards and recognition. Let's celebrate each other's accomplishments. The HR management should provide encouragement and support for every decision that both management as well as employees make. Um, this will ensure that it's a level playing field, it's a fair, and it's an equal work environment for everybody. Lastly, we're going to analyze labor management relations. Labor management relations is a set of rules and policies that organize employment. Now, these rules and policies determine how the guidelines are being both established and implemented within the workforce. Now, these guidelines do affect both employees and employees. Okay? This helps the company organize, and maximize the productivity within the workforce. It's kind of like a union. Now, that being said, labor management and relations gives the company a clear sight as far as how labor dollars are being spent and are they being spent properly. Now, through labor management relations, it protects both the employer as well as the employee, making sure both sides do not clash. I think that is very important, especially when it's extremely labor work, such as being a construction worker or being a city worker or a union worker, because they do work hard, and I feel like it is important for them to do the proper rules and policies that are in place to make sure these people are rewarded for their efforts as well as being protected mentally. This, now, this concludes my presentation. I thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please ask them below. I will respond to you as soon as possible. But I thank you again for tuning in. Here are my references and some articles you may want to check out. Um, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.